that paper ass for your own mouth. Have you seen the video of your thighs? Don't fucking say shit, man. 3 of you, Doris, Big Soso, Sultana, 3 of you stupid ass bitches. 3 of you are fucking stupid bitches. What? People that have banging ass body from your own mouth, from 3 of you mouth. Who told you that? Not told me, it's for my fucking ears. I want your dad to got me there. What are you going to do what I'm saying? I don't think you don't do for everybody. That's perfect. Don't fucking ask me this question. If you shut up, you say to my fucking face. Don't fucking get out of my face, man.
Stay on the line, Faith. With your full chest, be principal. As he said this was my scissors, we would have handed him the scissors immediately. I told you I don't play nice here. I don't care. Leave that weekend hot dog. That one's for outside.
Yo. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I am not satisfied. I'm not. I need Zita to give us a part 2 on Sunday. All right? I need Ebuka, like I'm literally begging at this point. I need Ebuka to please ask Zita specific questions. Because you see, when she was blasting and going off at the 3 witches, she was not very specific. And that's the thing. I think she has issues really articulating herself when she's very upset. Yes. I mean, we saw that when she had that blow off with Mide early this season. Yeah. But I just need Ebuka to do us this season. Brother Ebuka, please. Still, even though our girl has blasted the coven, please just ask her specific questions, just so that she can give direct answers, you know, like point at the girls and say what she wants to say, point at them and call them out on their bullshit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, Zita gave us all a beautiful morning. Like the start to the day 40 of this season, she gave us a beautiful start to yesterday by going off, like blowing out at the coven witches. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful moment. Why? Because they were all flustered. Sultana, in a typical fashion, was acting, you know, oblivious to whatever she did. Was acting like she's got amnesia. She's like, I didn't even talk about her. Who is she talking to? I didn't even, and guys, clock it. That is exactly how Sultana behaves whenever she's been caught in the act. Sultana never, ever owns up to her bullshit. She's always one of those people that will go around the house shouting, if you want to say anything, come and say it to my face. Okay, fine. They say it to your face because Zita was literally in their face. Zita was literally, it's you people. Yeah, I'm talking about you people. You people always body shaming people, blah, 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 blah. She couldn't say jack. Yup. She cowered as usual. It's a usual thing. I don't know if it's a strategy or what, but she cowered as usual. And then Big Soso. That one was inside the bathroom or toilet, whatever, and then she ran out. I was thinking that she was going to come and, you know, join in the action and fire back at Zita. But guess what? She came out. I didn't even hear anything she was saying. And then afterwards, she went back. And that was it for the rest of the day. She did not say beam anymore for the rest of the day. But then there was one standing, and that was Doris. Doris decided to take up the challenge. Of course, I wasn't expecting anything less. I knew that Doris was definitely going to answer her call. She was going to answer her name. So she took up the challenge, you know, but it was her being all defensive. It wasn't her owning up to anything. And you see, that's the problem with these girls, especially that, in fact, all of them, especially the 3 of them. They always brag about, oh, anything I say, I can say behind you. I can say it in your face. If I say that, if I say you're this, I'll tell you in your face. But then Doris was acting like there was like some memory erasure or something. Like maybe there was refresh memory and then they put everything in her memory into the bin. Because she kept on going like, I've never ever talked about Zita. I've never ever talked about this guy. I said, hey, Doris, you have. She said, no, she has never ever talked about Zita. She has never ever talked about these people. Who is this one? Who is this one? You're not even important. I didn't even think about you. I said, girl, she's important. Every person in this house people have maliciously gossiped about, they are important. That is why people talk about them in the demeaning manner that you talk about them. So don't stand there and be talking about, we don't talk about you. And she was going on about, oh, me that have a banging body. How can I be jealous about people's body? How can I be body shaming people? I said, girl, you've been body shaming people from day one. Yup, you have. You've been body shaming people. It is no secret. So she was trying to defend herself, defend her honor, but at the end of the day, Zita stood her ground, said the most that she wanted to say, and then she said she's waiting for them to respond back to her. But guess what? They did not. Instead, they were going to little covens to go and explain. I didn't even talk about how, like Sultana, I didn't even talk about how, me, why would I want to talk about her? Outside, she cannot even try this nonsense outside. And I'm thinking, well, you people are not outside. You people are inside the house. You're seeing each other face to face. So this is not a case of, internet trolls coming at you and you don't know where they live. You don't know where they are to go and catch them. This one is right in your face. Talk your talk. Let us hear you. But they could not say anything. So ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, I took up cheerleader duties because I was over here. I had my pom-poms and I was going on and on about go Zita, go Zita, go Zita, go Zita, go. Guys, I was literally hyping this girl up because what she did to those girls yesterday morning, that was what, if I'm not mistaken, all the viewing audience wanted. Yeah, okay, with the exceptions of their fans anyways, but that was what everybody wanted because it was long overdue. And you know what was more interesting about that whole situation? It opened up a can of worms. All the girls in the house started talking about what they have heard Doris, Sultana, and Big Soso gossip about them and other people, maybe whilst they are passing by and they overhear them during their gossip session. I mean, guys, I'm going to be frank with all of you. It was kind of surprising when the likes of Thelma and Mide, they were having this lengthy conversation and they were spilling that, oh, they had actually overheard Sultana and Big Soso call Dede, what was that, sandpaper nyash, in other words, flat ass, and then Thelma too said she had heard blah, 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 and that was why, she started withdrawing from their clique. When Gigi Jasmine was around, she was eager to be friends with them. But then she started hearing the malicious way they gossip about people, the way they were slut shaming and body shaming Isabella. And, she just had to start withdrawing from them because for her, it was just too much. It's one thing to give drama. It's another thing to, just be unnecessarily evil, towards people. So the conversation went on, and it wasn't just them. There was also Bright and Kola, who were also having their own conversations too, and also saying that they had noticed that these girls, they gossip about people a lot. So guess what? Thelma and Tracy, they decided to write a song or let's say remix a song for the Gossip Coven. So anytime, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you guys now, anytime you hear jealousy, hey, jealousy, jealousy is the root of evil, or maybe the other one you hear is the root of hypocrisy. You see all the things, or is the root of gossips. If you hear songs like that from anybody in the house, just know that they are actually throwing shades at Doris, Sultana, and Big Soso. And guys, they know that these people are actually throwing shades at them, So the dynamics in the house are sort of shifted, right? Because even with their gossip sessions, they are still having their gossip sessions, though. But now when they are doing it, the confidence is no longer there. Now they'll be looking around to see if there's anybody around that is, eavesdropping on their conversation. But then, yeah, as much as I'm actually excited that they've been outed now, guys, I'm still kind of pained that how is it that these housemates are aware of the malicious gossips from these girls and they are not really doing anything about it. They are not really calling them out on their bullshit. I mean, we're not saying that these housemates do not gossip. Everybody in that house talks about everybody. They talk about everything. But there are certain conversations you hear and it is just so malicious. It is just so ugly. And the worst is everything Zita said, it is accurate about those girls. So ladies and gentlemen, massive accolades to Zita. As I said, I am not yet satisfied. I am still expecting a part 2 of this whole drama. I need her to call them out more. I need her to say the way she said it to Faith, the specific things that she mentioned that they had used to insult people. I need Brother Ebuka to ask her specific questions so that she will specifically mention the names of the housemates that they have been body shaming and slut shaming. Yes, because it is very, very important for the plot of the story come next week. Yes, so I don't know about you guys, but these are my expectations for Sunday Live Eviction Show. Now, quickly moving on to other updates. On my last two videos, I had mentioned the speculated kiss that had happened between Day Day and Coin. All right, so I had also mentioned that we were not sure if they had actually had a mouth-to-mouth kiss, because what we had actually really seen was a forehead kiss from Day Day to Coin. But ladies and gentlemen, this morning in their private bed and breakfast room, Day Day had actually admitted to Joanna that, of course, they had kissed, you know, and the way she had explained it was that, well, how many months has she been in the house? She's been in the house for over a month, and a lot of people have been kissing. They've even done worse. So she just decided, okay, fine, we'll let her just kiss for the plot, for the script. And people are dying. That caller was ignoring her this morning, and for her, she's like, who is this one? That for her, she's changing the whole script. She's changing everything, and she's going to continue doing it because she wants to keep people in suspense. You know, she wants to make moves that nobody understands. And I'm like, okay, it might seem as though we've got Day Day 2.0 in the house. And I cannot wait to see where this whole thing is leading to, because I know that very soon there's going to be a conversation between herself and Kola. I've been watching she and Jason J all day today, and Jason J is kind of upset with her, but he's holding back from asking her questions. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got some interesting developments right there, and it's really exciting. Now, finally for this video, currently there is a rift between Faith and Doris. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that Doris has been holding this grudge against Jason J for the longest time. It did not begin last week. It did not begin 2 weeks ago. This is something that has always been constant whenever these housemates are preparing for their wager task presentation. And so today's rift revolves around props to be borrowed, still for their wager preparations. You know what, let me just give you all the details, and then I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Now, the issue between Faith and Doris is over a failed trade deal between Faith and her boyfriend, Denari. Now, this wasn't supposed to be an issue from the get-go. It wasn't supposed to be an issue. But Doris had woken up this morning and had chosen violence, you know, to begin to rain unnecessary insults at Faith, you know, all the way from her own team's separate space where they are preparing for their wager. She's been making slight remarks, you know, just throwing jabs at him, just insulting him. And one thing about Doris is very quick to body shaming people. Yeah, so she's been saying a lot of demeaning things about Faith, all because of the wager, right? And then Denari had said that for his role that he's playing in their skit, he needs a jacket, and Faith is the one person that has that jacket in the house, because I think the role he's playing is playing the role of someone that just came back from, someone that is leaving Nigeria to the abroad, yeah, something like that. So he said he needed the jacket, so he was going to go and ask Faith for the jacket. And then it turned out that the scissors that Faith is using belongs to Denari. It is a personal item. It is not a prop that Big Brother provided to the house, you know, to aid in their preparation for their wager. Now, Doris came up with the idea that, go and ask him for the jacket and make sure you collect your scissors if he doesn't give you the jacket. Now, remember, the jacket is a personal item. It is Faith's clothing item, right? Yeah, it's not the prop. So they were outside. Okay, they had the conversation first inside the house in one of the bedrooms. Then later on, they were outside in the garden, and then Doris had brought up the conversation again, and she had pushed Denari to go and ask Faith for his jacket, and if he refuses, he should collect the scissors. Denari too, as the lover boy, okay, let me just calm down. As a lover boy that acts like he does not have a mind of his own or a spine of his own, he had walked like this to go and meet Faith and say, hey, Faith, please, I'll need that your jacket, da, 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 da. And Faith now said, that it's a personal item, that's his cloth, you know, that he can't give it away like that. And Denari said, okay, in that case, he's going to collect the scissors. So Faith was like, okay, it's not your scissors, because this one, I got it from Tracy, and I specifically told Tracy not to collect you people's prop, so that, you know, so that they don't have issues. Because guys, almost every week, they're always having issues over prop. And I'm going to get to that. Now, Denari said it belongs to him. So Faith now called on Tracy and asked, Tracy, who owns the scissors? And Tracy said, oh, that she collected it from, is it Denari? So Denari was like, yeah, it's his personal item. He brought it all the way from home. So Faith was defeated at that point in time. And he was like, okay, fine. I'll give you the jacket. I'll use the scissors. I'll give you the jacket. But not long afterwards, Faith went back into the head of house lounge. He thought about the whole situation. And for him, it did not make sense. It was not balanced at all, because it's a scissors to a whole jacket. So he realized that, okay, he could actually get more items for the jacket, because obviously the jacket is pretty much important to them. So he came out later. Okay, before he even came out, Denari had gone back to Doris and even some of the housemates, they were already making side comments like, oh, Faith is being difficult, and Doris was like, you see, I told you, you cannot be nice to anybody in this house. If you want to give somebody your thing, make sure you get something back from them. So she was just talking. So it was after she had said all of that, Faith then went into the head of house lounge. He thought about the whole thing and realized, okay, this deal is not balanced. You know, I mean, we're talking about a whole jacket, yeah. And in terms of functionality, well, both the scissors and the jacket, they have their separate functionality and importance to the needs of the different groups. So he decided, okay, fine, it wasn't enough, so he needed more. Then he went back to Denari to renegotiate. And he told Denari that, okay, fine, I'm going to give you the jacket, but I want more. I need something else. And Doris did not even allow Denari to respond, because Denari was ready to negotiate. She just started talking, You always draw a line and then you cross the line. You claim you're a person of principle. You are not a person of principle. She was just going off. And Faith was like, let me say what I want. So Denari was like, okay, what do you want? He said, I want white paint. And he said this white paint issue, it had been an issue last week during their wager, right? Both teams had refused to give each other props. In fact, this whole not wanting to give each other props, it has started from the very first wager that Big Brother had actually separated the house into two teams. And according to speculations in the house, Doris was the one that started this whole separation thingy. And then teams stealing each other's materials for the presentation. Guys, it just keeps getting worse and worse every week. And it's even worse whenever it turns out that Faith and Doris belongs to two different wager groups. Whenever they are in two different wager groups, the tension heightens, because Doris is always out for Faith's neck. And it's not like Faith even gives a damn about her, but whenever she comes with that negativity, he always matches up to her energy. So when she gives him 5, she gives him 10. And she never ever likes him for it. And at the end of the day, his team ends up winning. So she has grown this resentment and spite towards him that it's a problem, like it's not a big issue. So in the case of the scissors, she was going off, like she's literally refusing the deal, and she's just attacking Faith over and over again. And Faith was trying to explain that, listen, I'm not interested in the long talk. We're negotiating here. Just let me know, do you want the jacket for whilst I get the scissors and the paint and white paint, which one? And Denari was not even talking, because Doris was not allowing him talk. She was just going on and on and on and on and on. And then Faith said, okay, fine, you know what, Denari's, have your scissors if you don't want the jacket and if you're not giving me what I want. And then Doris collected the scissors and Faith left. And Doris was just raining insults on this guy. This old, stupid, old fool. This just calling the guy names. Saying that, oh, he lacks principles. He's always the one that says that he has integrity, lacks principles, but he lacks principles. And she was just talking and talking. And I'm looking at Doris and I'm thinking, girl, every time you open your mouth and insult not only Faith now, but anybody else in the house, especially when you question their morals and judge them harshly, girl, you are literally describing yourself. Because Doris does not have principles, especially when it comes to food and when it comes to the wager. Doris never ever plays fair. Doris never ever plays fair. She always wants to win. And it happens that she never really wins the way she wants to win. I think it's only once that our team has won. Oh, and she was even in the same team with Faith. That was the circus wager that they had done. She always wants to win. And for her to win, she would cheat. She would not be fair. She would bend the rules. You know, she would create very unnecessary and uncomfortable tactics that her teammates would have to follow just because, oh, she's the one doing the bulk of the work in terms of the preparations. So when she was attacking Faith and saying all manner of horrible things about Faith, guys, I was just laughing because if you've been watching the show, you will know that Doris is literally describing herself, you know. But then, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, because as far as I'm concerned, if you're accusing people of not being morally upright, then you too should be morally upright. If you're morally decadent, then you have no right to point fingers and accuse people of not having principles and all whatnot. But because when we talk about this hoarding of props, Doris and our usual task teams, they started it. So let's not act like we don't even know what's up. All right. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking here right now because I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.